Let's graph y equals 3 sine x plus 2. The number in front, the a value, is 3, so our amplitude is going to go 3 above the midline and 3 below the midline. There's step 1 of the 6 steps. Step 2 is to find the period, so we do 360 divided by b. There's no b value here, so I assume that the b value is 1 if there is no number in front of the parentheses. D tells me the midline of the graph, or if there was a line that went through the middle of our wave, it would be y equals d. Okay, so our amplitude is 3. We see that the amplitude of the number in front is 3, so we're going to go 3 above the midline and 3 below the midline. Our period, 360 divided by 1, is 360. And our midline, y equals 2. Y equals 2 will be the equation for our midline. Our scale will be 360 divided by 4 if we're in degrees, which makes 90 degrees. So just like the regular unit circle was marked off in 4 quarters, we have 0 degrees, 90 degrees, 180 degrees, 270, and then repeat. We use these values to make our table. Now I'm counting by 90 degrees because that was my scale factor, and the y values will be those from around the unit circle. Now, because we have a times 3 and a plus 2, I'm going to take each of these values, right, and we're going to times them by 3, and then we're going to add 2. So the values go 0, 1, 0, and I'm taking these right from the circle above here. Starts with 0, then 1, then 0, then negative 1, then 0, and then it repeats. So 0, 1, 0. Maybe I should put lines in here so we keep our points separate. Okay, negative 1, 0, 1, 0, negative 1, 0. Now each of these values is multiplied by 3 and add 2. Multiplied by 3 and add 2. And that comes from our function, where everything is multiplied by 3 and add 2. So maybe I should say, here's where we evaluate our y's, and the actual y's are over here. So maybe this is f of x here, or let's just call it f of x. Then our actual y values, let's see, 0 plus 2 is 2. Then 5, then 2. Let's see, negative 3 plus 2 would be negative 1. So everything's going to be between negative 1 and 5. And now we would just go back to the beginning and repeat. 2, 5, 2, negative 1, 2. Okay, now the graph, our midline is at 2. That's the middle of the graph. There's our midline right there. Y equals 2. And we're going to go 3 above the midline. So our maximum will be at 5. And we're going to go 3 below the midline. Our minimum will be at negative 1. Okay, so our values went 2, 5, 2, negative 1, 2, 5, 2, negative 1, and 2. When we connect our dots, I want to make sure that we make this curved. It's not a V shape. Just like the circle is round, this is curved. And the graph just continues. Whoa, I went below a little too far there, didn't I? Come down here and curve here as well. And there you go.